Hi everybody, and thank you so much for tuning into this video. So today I am here with the beautiful Rachel Ross-Smith, who is a transformation and manifestation coach. So Rachel, I'm going to throw it straight over to you. Feel free to introduce yourself, let us know what you do, your background, and we'll go from there.
Amazing. It's so good to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me on. Just to say hello to you all, send you loads of love before I get going. So yeah, my name is Rachel Ross-Smith. I'm a transformation manifestation coach. I describe myself as a radical self-love advocate, fitness junkie, travel obsessed, nature lover, and just absolutely enjoying life to the absolute maximum. Hasn't always been this way. Roll back to only 4 years ago and I'd experienced my fourth, what we call breakdown, which actually led to my breakthrough. And I've told this story a couple of times recently, but I'm going to tell it to you guys. And I don't know if you guys listen to Tony Robbins, but he speaks about this breakthrough experience, and he describes it as this click that goes off in you. Now, that was definitely what had happened to me, and I can remember literally feeling the moment that this switch had gone in my chest. Now, I'll give you a bit of a background. I was working in social care and mental health at that point in time. I was working as a senior social care worker, loved my career, but what I'd really come to realize was that through my life, I'd been going through these cycles of around every 7 years, my mental health really having a detrimental effect to me. So I was diagnosed with depression over the years, and I was definitely somebody that lived with anxiety that did cripple me at points in my life. But I was really noticing every few years I was having this real impact on my mental health that was really just completely destroying. I was allowing it to destroy, anything that I'd built up around me. So I'd hit my late 20s by this point, and I just remember feeling like things have to change, like this can't keep controlling me. And when that breakthrough moment happened, I just knew deep down inside of me that everything was about to change, and it really did. Now, if you looked at my external, everything was the same. I was still doing the same things. I was still in the same relationship. I was still living my life the same, but it was a whole world had shifted inside of me. And ever since then, I've embarked on a self-development growth journey, which has really led me to this point. But along the way, I've really tapped into understanding my own gifts. I've stepped into my truth. I've become unapologetically myself. And I've definitely found a passion for supporting other individuals to not only feel good in their day, but really connect to their truth. I have a real passion for training and teaching on manifestation and the universal laws. And these are understandings of life in the world that has really helped me not only change my life, transform my life, but fully become the creator of my life. And I'm excited to share some of that with you.
Amazing. I've heard your story so many times, but whenever you say it, I'm like in awe. I just find it amazing. So for people who, the words transformation and manifestation, which you obviously touched on there, that's what you do. Can you just give an overview on what exactly that means? Like if someone was to say to you, what exactly do you do? What's your answer?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, I help people get from where they are to where they want to be. I also look at individuals as a whole package. We're not just all about business or just all about the relationships around us or health. I look at individuals as a full package. So I help the people I work with really get clarity on the different areas of their life and where they're at, but more importantly, where they want to go. The only limitations that we experience in life are those that we place in ourselves. So what I do is I help to train people to understand that actually, we're only reaching this much potential of what's available to us. There's a whole array of what we can do over this lifetime. When we start to just expand our mind a little bit, thinking a little bit bigger, going big picture, and actually starting to challenge ourselves a little bit with where we're taking our vision to. And what I mean by that is going further than we've maybe gone before. So almost taking our mind to fantasy land. But actually, if you can see it here, you can hold it in your hands, as Bob Proctor says. So it's just the absolute number one thing I want to say clearly, very much what I do is about helping people gain clarity in the beginning. I also take people through a transformative process, and this is massively to do with mindset. So really just helping individuals create the mindset that's going to allow them to master their life and make the most of their life. Now, where the manifestation side comes in, I really came to understand during this process that there's something in my energy. Now, I'm a powerful manifester, and we all are manifesting within every second. I've really connected to my manifesting abilities. And so I'm helping others to really understand that and tap into that. And they're having amazing results. You know, my clients are having incredible results very, very quickly. So I'm helping individuals with that as well. And then kind of going forward from then as well is just really helping individuals to decide exactly, you know, how can I start living my day to day, making that decision. How can I start living my life right now that is aligned with my future self? Like, what can I start doing today? So I do not believe that we are broken. I do not believe that we need fix. And although I do help individuals dive into their belief systems and overcome, you know, events from the past that might be traumatic, I'm always keeping individuals forward thinking, future focused, and on that longer term goal, which is where I believe I do stand apart from some others out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, it's just being open to it, isn't it? I think the minute you open up to something, you're allowing so much more in. I think it's very easy to just be like, no, that's not going to work, or no, I'm not open to that. But the minute you just are open to it without even seeing anything, everything just starts to happen so much more easily. Amazing. So with especially given what's going on right now, let's just talk about what's going on right now, obviously. So we're filming this during a time when we're in lockdown. There's a big, you know, the big global pandemic going on right now with the COVID-19. And I think now is a time where, you know, people need the help. People are struggling. People are going through, you know, difficult times, and people are, you know, how can I make myself feel better? How can I see different results? How can I do this? How can I do that? And I think people often don't really know where to start. So given what you've just spoken about, and given what your experiences and, you know, the results that you've seen within your life in general, you know, what kind of daily practices do you do that other people can maybe get to know a little bit more? And, you know, what are you doing on a daily basis which is effective and which is helping you just in day-to-day life, let alone with what's going on right now?
Yeah, for sure. So it was interesting. I had this similar conversation earlier, and I was actually reflecting back on the last few weeks. And, you know, we've all been challenged right now, either directly or somebody we know, or, like, you know, health wise or financially or business, that we've all been affected in some way. And I think I just want to start off, this happened for me a few weeks ago, and I'm proud of myself for how quickly I pivoted, and everybody's, you know, on their own journey with that. But I think wherever you're at, if you're feeling right now you're in a challenging situation, or you're feeling that, you know, this is really taken over your life, it's just understanding that everything is a decision and it's all perspective. Now, what's happening in the world is horrendous. I am sending love out to everybody affected every single day. And, you know, I have been affected in my own ways, especially around some of my business ventures. So, but what I want to say is, it's just that thing about deciding, you know, how you're going to step forward from this. And the first point to you and each of you is, make that decision, because you get to decide how you step forward from this moment. You get to decide how you step out of this. I understand it's challenging. I understand it's difficult. I understand it's making us feel overwhelmed and uncertain. But as always, you know, life is going to throw curveballs at us. We're going to be challenged. And so the first thing I really want to say to you is, make a decision now that you are going to start to take steps to really move your life forward, that you're going to not only just come out of this surviving, but thriving. Now, some practical steps that you can put in place for that is, you know, what's your routines look like? Are you investing into your health? Are you making sure your diet, you're having a nutritious diet? Are you drinking loads of water? In terms of like your day-to-day, I know we're going to maybe speak a bit more about that, but do you have a morning routine that you can tap into? Are you investing in yourself day-to-day? We've been given all this extra time, in a sense, because we're maybe not rushing about. That's where I've definitely saved time right now, is I'm not rushing into the city, I'm not rushing about. So how are you utilizing that time? Are you spending the time on news? Are you spending the time scrolling your social media? Or are you actually choosing to use it to start a course or do some self-care or work out or exercise? So again, it all comes down to decision, choice, and perspective. So I would definitely say just give yourself like a little review of how you're spending your time, and really understand, you know, where you can be investing time at this time, and maybe where you want to reduce some activities. The other thing I want to say as well that I think is super important is connection, because, you know, we're human beings and connection is so important to us. So I know we can't go out and, you know, socialize and go out in the weekend like we maybe did at one point, but there is so many ways to connect with individuals. You know, we can use social media, we can use the networking events that are just in abundance right now. There's so many different platforms. So like, this is a good time to look at who's my network, who am I connecting to? Are these people that are influencing me, that are inspiring me? Have they got the same interests as me? And maybe if you're looking to change that up a little bit, or just looking to connect with new people, take this opportunity to do that, because more than ever, there's so much available online for us to tap into.
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally agree. Like, now is the time that we've all wanted and we've all been waiting for, in terms of having time. Like, and there's so many, you know, so many conversations you have in the past with people, I just don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do that. Now is the time. You have the time. So let's just all make the most of it, for sure. Tapping into what you said there with your routine, like your daily routine, do you want to just touch on, obviously me and you work together a little bit on our miracle mornings that we do. Do you want to talk about that? Because I know if I say miracle morning, a lot of people will be like, what on earth is a miracle morning? So do you want to talk about that a little bit, and, you know, the exact kind of details as to what that involves?
Yeah, of course. So I'm obsessed with saying, you know, I shared a bit of my story at the start, where I was taking you through some challenging times that I experienced in my past. And one of the things I changed really quickly was my morning routine. So we call it miracle morning. I believe that it is, and some people just like to refer to it as morning routine. But what I came to understand, you know, people that I was studying and people that I looked at as successful, they'd created a morning routine, which basically, in a nutshell, allows you to start the day the way that you desire. And it's that thing about how you start the day is going to determine what the rest of your day looks like. Like, I don't know how many of us, you know, we say we rolled out of bed on the wrong side. So it's like, take control of that. Now, I spent most of my life rolling out of the bed on the wrong side up until this point. So when I came to understand the power of a morning routine, and I adopted my miracle morning, I very quickly came to realize that it was really having a big impact on my mindset. It was really allowing me to, instead of be controlled by my thoughts and my external environment, you know, what was happening around me, I was taking control of the start of my day. And within that, I was then feeling more in control of the rest of my day. I started noticing I was feeling happier. I started noticing I was feeling more fulfilled. I started noticing I was nourishing my mind and my body before I'd even given any energy to anybody else. So the miracle morning, you know, I love it. I'm genuinely obsessed with it. It's genuinely had such a huge impact and changed my life. So where I'm at with it now, we're obviously doing our sessions and work together a lot with this, but what I found really works well for me, and if you want to do a little bit more research, there's actually a book called Miracle Morning, and it's an incredible book by Hal Elrod, and it's such an incredible book, so it's worth checking out. But anyways, Miracle Morning for me is meditation, and I actually do 2 sets of meditation. So I do a shorter one first thing, and then I do another slightly longer one later in the morning. I also make sure that I have practiced my gratitude. So this is practicing gratitude for parts of your life, things that you've experienced, you know, what you've been up to the last month, year, whatever you want to focus on for yourself. Like, I encourage you to focus some of your gratitude on yourself. Practicing affirmations, so affirming statements to yourself that you wish to have in your life, or attract into your life, or be in your life. So things like, I am confident, I am abundant, I am love, and you can take it further with mantras. So maybe it's looking at your attracting and creating a specific goal, so you can turn this into an affirmation. maybe it is that you're looking to attract more money into your life or adopt a certain mindset. You can turn all of these into affirmations. And a really good place to start is understand your limitations that you place on yourself, and then flip them over into an affirmation. Now, I am going to spend just a little minute touching on affirmations and the power of them. Now, affirmations, yes, you're affirming statements to yourself. Your subconscious is wide open in the morning. Now, subconscious is, it's the thing that controls us. And unless we are aware of what's going on in there, we will carry on living out routines, thought processes, habits, behaviors that often don't always serve us. But if we can start to condition our subconscious the way we truly desire, in line with our future self. So I'll give you an example. You might be looking to attract more money into your life. So maybe your belief systems around money are not great. Maybe you have a pretty poor relationship with money, and this is all in your subconscious that, money is, I'm trying to think of things people say, money's the something of all, I can't even remember because I just don't even think of it. Yeah, that for example. So flip it around, like, I love money and money loves me, and start to condition your subconscious with that. So every single morning your subconscious is wide open. So what are you putting in there? Well, if you're picking up your phone and looking up the news or social media or scrolling straight away, guess what you're filling your mind with and your subconscious with? So be in control of it. So this is where the miracle morning is so powerful, because you are conditioning your mind. You're investing in yourself before you even give energy to anybody else. You're starting the day strong, in control, set up, and it just makes such a difference. Aside from that, you might want to include exercise, a healthy, nutritious breakfast, writing out your intentions for your big goals in your life in the present tense, doing some yoga, stretching. So these are all great suggestions.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the present tense is such a huge thing, isn't it? Like, you have to really act and believe as if it's already happened to get those feelings of it happening. And I think that can take a bit of time, can't it, to like get used to. I think when you just kind of start with these things like your affirmations and your gratitude and everything, sometimes it can feel a little bit uncomfortable at the start if you've never done any of it before. So just to know that it can take a bit of time, like, don't worry if it takes a bit of time, like, that's totally normal. And like, my morning routine is something which I've only, I would say, over the last kind of 6 months really grasped on. Like, it's been one of those things for like 2 years, 3 years. I've been like, yeah, I'll do my miracle morning. I'll do my miracle morning, and I'll do like a Monday, and then I'll see you later, see you in 3 weeks. Like, I just wasn't getting it. And as soon as I had that discipline of every single morning, get up, get it done, it's life changing. I know that's a big statement, but it really is. So yeah, I love doing those with you, and I'm so grateful that we can do those together as well. So if you could give any advice to people, I know you've obviously been giving advice throughout this whole little chit chat, but if you had some specific advice for somebody who is either struggling during this time and just wants a bit of help as to, how to really kind of start moving forward, or maybe somebody who is open to start learning about manifestation and this whole process, which is a big process to come with, what would you say? What are your tips?
So number one tip, clarity. The first, like, if you do only one thing this weekend, gain clarity on what you want. And I want to say to you again, where we trip, we've been told it all wrong, is the truth. We've been told that we can only start feeling, acting, behaving some way when we have the thing that we want up ahead. It's not true, and it's really not. So what I want to say to you today is gain clarity, and I'll go back into what the statement I've just made in a second, but I want to ask you to gain clarity. And I've been working with clients on a one-to-one basis for well over a year now, and some in this position, and more and more I come to understand the power of clarity, and how that impacts on people's lives so quickly. I mean, it blows my mind. It blows my mind when I'm working with a client who's potentially just been a little bit lost in life. They have a session where they gain clarity, and within half an hour, something incredible's manifested or come into their life, or something's opened up. So I just use that as an example, because It really does kick in so quick. So what I would say to you is take some time this weekend and gain clarity. Now, some questions that you can ask yourself that I can share with you is, if nothing was holding me back, I would. If nothing was holding me back, I would. If money was no object, I would. If I didn't care what people thought, I would. My perfect average day is. Now, guys, I really encourage you to take some time to go over the 4 questions, you know, rewind it back, pause this video, and really go over them 4 questions, because they are game changers. They allow you to start to see life from the place you really want to be. They connect you to your truth, and whatever comes up for you, please believe it, because it's there for you, and you know, it exists for you. So I want to say, gain clarity. I also would love to ask you to understand your belief systems a little bit. You know, what's holding you back? What are the stories that you're telling yourself? What are the limitations that you're putting on yourself? You can easily do this again with another exercise. Bit of paper, line down the middle, distant thoughts of one, empowering thoughts on the other side. Allow your pen just to keep flowing, and what you want to get to is that you obviously have more empowering thoughts. This is a really good exercise to gain clarity on where your mind is most of the time. Now, if for whatever reason your mind is on disempowering thoughts more, then you want to change that ASAP, because what we're doing when we're focusing on what we don't have and criticizing ourselves and being down on ourselves, we are consistently keeping ourselves in that space. And that's how we feel stuck in life, because we're keeping ourselves in this little box when there's a whole world of just incredibleness out there. Delightfulness is my favorite word right now. There's a whole world out there, a whole world out there. So what I want to encourage you to do is start to turn them disempowering beliefs into empowering beliefs through affirmations. Flip them on their heads and write affirmations. So you've got your clarity, you've understand what's been holding you back, you've done the work there. Now it's time to allow yourself, forgive yourself, find love and compassion for yourself, and just allow and make the decision that that is in my past. I'm choosing to step forward from today, because the truth is, guys, within every single day we have a fresh opportunity, and that's the beautiful thing about life. The past is gone. The past is gone. I watched a video with one of these the other day, and it's a sand timer, and I think this was actually Bob Proctor as well, but it's a sand timer. Now this represents the past, and this is us right now. This is the future. Mm-hmm. This is what we have control over.
That's amazing.
We can't get back down here anymore. This is gone. It's gone. And while so many of us, we keep ourselves stuck down here. We keep focusing down here, but it's happened. We can't change it. So we can learn to bring ourselves back to the present moment here, with the understanding of the abundance that's up ahead of us, all this potential, you know, and start to live life from that point. It's powerful, and this is not going to come overnight. This is going to take practice for you, and I just want to encourage you to keep tapping into what your vision is. Have it written up everywhere. Have your vision boards. Take conscious effort every single day to reconnect to that future vision. Write out your life intention, your goals, as though they're happening right now. Trust that they're there for you, and continue to do the work. And every day you drift, every time you drift, if something catches your mind and you're back there and thinking about something else, it's okay. Just pull yourself back to the present moment. Have love and compassion for yourself, and continue to keep moving forward. And I promise you guys, with practice, you're going to start to notice that the stuff from the past, the thoughts that go on your mind that are no longer serving you, they're going to become less and less and less. Back it up with some kick-ass routines, like the miracle morning, like looking after your body, like exercising, like doing some yoga, like putting on your favorite audio and you know, really flooding your mind with powerful, inspiring information like this YouTube channel, and be consistent with that. Be really consistent with that. Start reading more. Pick up all the books that are going to help you get there. and start taking steps every single day to help you move forward. You know, I'm no different. I was somebody that could not see 2 days in front of me. In fact, it was so difficult and challenging at one point in my mind that I didn't want to be here. And I was thinking of every single way that I could not be here. And that's what I was at several times, more than I can count through my life. And as I said at the start of my story, you know, in the external, nothing had changed, but internally, everything had shifted. It was a decision for me. And I started to implement these little steps and reconnect to who I am at the core, on discovering myself. So I hope that's helpful as a starting point. And in terms of the manifestation side, you're manifesting in every second. Right now, in this second, you are a manifestation of the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions that you've taken 1 minute ago, an hour ago, 2 hours ago, 3 years ago, 5 weeks ago. You know, you're a living manifestation of all of that. So what great power there is in that, because you get to decide where you move from this moment into the next moment, into the next moment, and ultimately create the future that you desire.
You're just so powerful. Where you explain things, it just flows like so naturally. Like if I tried to say anything you just said, I'd be like, it just literally flows from you like so beautifully. I love it.
It'll come. It comes now. It comes. It just like it comes. And I used to be scared. I was scared of speaking in front of people 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Scared. Like when I did chair meetings at work, petrified. Like, you know, in front of people. Yeah, 3 days at least I was freaking out for, and I love it. Like I love it now. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter where you're at. You decide. You decide. Yeah.
You can be whatever you want to be.
Yes.
You just have to believe it. And that's the biggest thing. You just have to believe it, and the rest can come. Amazing. Thank you so much, Rachel. That was just all incredible, and I'm sure everyone is going to find that so useful, so beneficial. Before we go, where can people find you? Give us all your social handles.
Yep, cool. So Instagram, it's Rachel, Rachel J. Ross Smith, all one word. So Rachel J. Ross Smith. Facebook's Rachel Ross Smith Coaching, and email is rachel.rossmith@gmail.com.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Before we go, actually, I have one more question. If there's any books or audios or podcasts or specific people that you follow for people to get involved with, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I actually did a recent interview with Talk 20s. It's a new platform, but for anybody in their 20s and anybody at all, I definitely recommend that platform. I think they're going to take that to a really great place, and it's got such an incredible vision. In terms of other podcasts, you know, Manifestation Babes, love her, especially if you're wanting to understand like universal laws, manifestation. Abraham Hicks for me is just an absolute legend. I listen to her on a daily basis. In terms of books, oh goodness, where do I start? I'm actually loving this. This is my favorite book and audio. It's like the thinnest little book, Feeling is a Secret by Neville Goddard. This is like absolute, yeah, just incredible. You Are a Badass by Jen Sicario is really awesome. Other authors I would check out would be like Jack Canfield. All Bob Proctor's work is amazing. Who else? You got The Secret's a really good one, but I would just say if you read The Secret, you want to back that up with The Missing Secret, which is by Joe Vitale as an audio. Oh my goodness, I could go on. Think and Grow Rich. Like Think and Grow Rich is like everybody has to read that, listen to it on repeat. That for me has been a real game changer, that book. But yeah, just to get you started, I could literally go on because I'm obsessed. But I think as a starting point, that's really good. And meditation, like if you're not meditating, get into meditating. You know, all this stuff we're speaking about, it used to be classed as woo-woo. It's no longer woo-woo. It's all scientifically proven and backed that it's going to really benefit your life. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's just understanding that it's science. It's not anything else. It's science. Like what we're doing, the law of attraction is science. And I think once you see it from that angle, it all starts to make a little bit more sense. But thank you so much, Rach. I'll post all your links underneath. I'll write those books and those audios and everything so that everyone can have a look and get to that easily. But thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for watching. If you have liked this video, please make sure you click like and subscribe to this channel as well. And I will be back very, very soon. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.